means you can hear me. We are all set. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Thank you for spending the morning with me. We got the kids out the door. We got lunches packed. Here we all are. I did not get to painting my right hand. Listen, you cannot win them all, but here we are. It's so fun to see your faces. This is wild and so gratifying. I can't wait to dig in. Thank you for coming. You guys, starting a business changed my entire life. And that's really what I'm hoping that it can do for you. I know it can do for you. I'm positive it can do for you. When I started my business, I really started my business because I wanted more money. I was working as a nurse and we had kids and we had basically nothing. And the bodies exhibit was coming into town. Does anybody remember the bodies exhibit? Drop a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Cadavers, actual like dead people that they take the flesh off of. You can see all their bones and their sinews and their muscles. And I wanted to go so bad. I was so fascinated with the bodies exhibit. But the tickets were $40. And my sweet husband's like, I love you so much, but there's no way we can afford $40 a ticket to go to the bodies exhibit. And I was crushed. And I was like, I got to figure out a way that I can get $85 that I can go to the bodies exhibit. Fast forward today, I can buy the bodies exhibit. No, I probably can't. That's actually an overstatement. I definitely can't buy the bodies exhibit, but I'm so grateful and blessed to own a few multi-million-dollar companies. Did I ever think that the side gig for the bodies exhibit money would get me where I am today? No, but I'm so grateful that I stayed on the path. Today, we're going to be talking about how to find your business idea, which is a big, that's daunting, right? Find the right business idea. And hopefully by the end of our time together, you'll see how it really comes together and how it can come together for you. So what you see is that you are over here. You have no business. Which side is this? You have no business. You don't have one yet. You see over there on the other side of the cliff, you're like, I see that life. I see that freedom. I see that financial stability. I see that more time with my kids. You see what's possible on the other side because there's people around you doing it. But you're over here on the other side of the cliff. And make no mistake, it feels like a cliff, right? You feel like you are standing and it is dangerous. You're like, what if I jump? I don't want to fall to my death. It's scary, and I get that, and you deserve to be scared and worried and fearful and feel all of the things that come up with standing on the edge of the cliff, deciding if you should jump or not. You're allowed to be scared. But what I have found is what keeps people at the cliff more than anything else are these 4 words. What will they think? It's not that you don't think you're capable or talented or have the work ethic or have the creativity. That's not what's really keeping you stuck. If I had to guess, you have a fear of what other people think. Why do I know that? I was stuck there too. I was into photography for a bit when I put myself out there. It took me a minute because I was like, I don't want people to see that I'm not really that good, and I think I'm okay, but I'm not great, and there's many people that do it better than me, and I stayed stuck not offering my services forever until finally, one day, I decided to ask my friend Ruby if I could take her newborn photos. I took her photos for $35. I must have spent $700 in ridiculous backdrops and doors and antique things, but that $35 changed my life, this interaction, that one brave moment of getting over this, what will they think, and just going for it. So your first step of today, your first homework, you got to identify who this they is, because their thoughts are controlling your life. I'm going to say that again. You are letting their thoughts about you control your life. So the first step is deciding no more. I'm living my life for me. I'm making decisions that are best for my life. And it's going to be your first major expansion as an entrepreneur, is putting down what everyone thinks of you and saying, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this because it feels good. I'm doing it because I want to see what I'm made of. And I don't care, you, Sheila from high school, what you think, because I control my life, not your thoughts of me. Deal? First major hurdle, raise your hand if you're going to commit to getting over this hurdle. Raise your hand if you're like, this is my first expansion. I am going to care less about what they think. Yes, thank you for raising your hands. Okay, so let's get into it. Why you're here. We first have to identify, to have a business, you got to solve a problem. Identify the problem to solve. That is step one to getting across this cliff to the other side, is identifying the problem. Then the next steps for every single business are the same. You got to find your people. You got to find their problem. You got to solve their problem. You got to exchange money, and then you got to market for more people. It's the same no matter if you're starting a florist shop, a car wash, it all is the exact same steps. So today we're going to get across one of those hurdles, and in the next 4 weeks, we're going to go across the whole cliff. We're going to build a bridge to get you from I don't have a business idea to I accepted my first payment, and we're going to do it in 4 freaking weeks. I don't want you to have like this purchase anxiety as you listen to this whole thing, like what is she going to upsell me to it then? So I'm just going to tell you right now so we can get that out of the way. I've never done this before. I'll probably never do it again. I had to get it out of my system. You babes that keep telling me every day in my DMs, I want to start, I don't know what, I don't know where. This is for you. This is for you to start making your way to that life you see on that other side that has freedom and fulfillment. How it's going to work is we're going to be meeting 2 times a week, just like this, live, hanging out, doing our thing together, energy, taking notes, learning exactly what you need to know. And we're going to cover things like your people, your offer creation, how much do you price it? How do you get a website up without like having to hire a graphic designer and a website person? All of these skills, I promise you, my literal 5th grader can do. You can do them too. Actually, my son Jack has started editing my videos for Instagram. How nuts is that? He's 9. You don't even need so many technical skills that you think you need that's keeping you stuck of like, but I can't do that because, but I can't do that. We're going to bust through all those. Website, legal, all that LLC mumbo jumbo. We're going to get that under your belt so you never have to do that again. And then we'll learn basic marketing. There's going to be a place Q&A. We can answer. I can hear you. You can hear me. Your face pops up on this thing, giant. It's like bigger than mine. And you ask me your questions, and we get them answered so you don't get stuck. There's going to be nights when you are going to need that community so bad because when I started my business, I was only in a community of nurses. No one had a business. I felt so alone. I felt so stupid. I felt so confused. I felt so lost. And I don't want that for any of you. That's why we're going to be doing it in an incredible community forum. And we're going to have energy 4 days. You are going to keep the momentum going. Raise your hand if you've tried to start a business and then kind of dropped off. You can be honest. I love you for being honest. That is not going to happen. I will not let you. There's too much at stake. There's too much at stake. You can't fall off the cliff. You can't stay stuck anymore. So I'm going to be there pushing you along, giving you some pats on the butt. Keep going, keep going, keep going, because you're actually going to do it this time. You're actually going to do it because what you didn't have last time was me in your pocket, keeping you going, spanking your butt along, okay? And we're going to do this. We're going to do this all for $367 because this price is ridiculous. This includes all of our live calls, Suzy's school, which includes many of the principles that we're covering here. We covered in this $1,400 freshman course. Why am I doing it for $367? I can't take another one of those DMs saying I can't start, I'm stuck. I just can't. Something in me dies. I'm an Enneagram 7, and my greatest fear in life is stagnation and doubt, and I can't. So we're going to get the freak going, okay? So that's what's coming at the end. But today, what we promise is that you're going to get this first part done. What problem do you solve? How do you find your business idea, AKA the problem that you are good at solving? I know it's a big question. So what we want to start with, before we dream up all the things we can do, is what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Write this down. What do I want my life to look like in 5 years? Because there's no sense in starting a business, say you live in South Dakota and you know you're going to be moving to Minnesota in 5 years, don't start a local business. If you think that you don't have a ton of time right now, that is completely okay. Something I know in my core and believe so deeply is that your opportunity is coming at the exact right time for you. I could not be building and running full steam ahead like we are now if I had my 4 young children at home. would not be possible. God gave me what I needed in my time and in every season so that when the timing was right, then we could run. But I had to be building every little step along the way. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Do you want to be talking to women every day? Do you want to be in a community? Would you rather be working on your phone alone? Do you want to be working with pets? Do you want to go to an office? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to have a team? Dream up, like, what does your dream life look like in 5 years? Because that's what we're running after. If you want a life where you travel a ton, maybe don't start a product business that requires you to be in your basement fulfilling orders all day. What do you want your life to look like? The next myth that we have to bust through is I have to have the perfect idea to start. Here's the truth. You don't have to have the perfect idea, because what I can almost guarantee you is that your idea is going to shift and evolve and change. And you might start coming down this road and you get 10 steps in and you're like, I low-key hate this. Okay, that's completely fair. And then you get to take a different path. So knowing that you don't have to have the right one idea, that right one idea is never coming in this big like, oh, Jesus delivered this to me right now. That moment is not coming. I really believe that that comes, and if it comes, that's a starting place for what is building upon next. So I want you to completely unattach from this idea that there is one perfect idea for you. There's probably multiple. It is going to change and evolve. But the idea is to stay open to the ideas that are coming your way. So can you completely unattach from the idea that there's only one? Can you completely unattach it, like, I got to find the one that's most meant for me right now? You don't even know what your life is going to look like in 1 year. You don't even know what skills you're going to develop in 1 year. You don't even know what parts of you haven't even met yet that's through starting your business are going to come to play. And you'll be like, oh, I'm actually really good at this part. Oh, I'm really good at virtual assisting. Oh, turns out I'm actually wildly creative. When I started my photography business, I did not even think I was creative. I got a B- in high school art, and I was basically like, I'm a loser and I'm never going to be good at art, and I can't make the cheerleading posters that everyone else can make. I clearly am not a creative person. Basically put all creativity to the side. And I start my photography business, I'm like, I'm massively creative. I had no idea until I started, until I got going, until I started uncovering these little gems within myself. And that is what I promise you is going to happen when you start your business. Remember, we're unattaching from the idea that there's one. We're going to probably vet in the do the dang thing. We're going to vet a couple of your ideas together. Like, that one's a keeper, that one's a loser, that one's going to feel good, that one feels energizing to you, that one feels draining to you. So unattach. There's multiple out there. There's multiple paths out there for you. The next myth we got to bust through is I have to do something that is not oversaturated, something never done before. I have to dream up something completely novel and new. That is such BS, because that is the riskiest business model. The riskiest thing you can do is the thing that you're not seeing anyone do, the thing that's rare, the thing that very, very few people are doing. And if you have an idea that you think is so good, here's the deal. There's not that many crazy novel ideas out there. Most likely, the hard truth is here, someone's probably already tried your idea, and if it's not out there in the world, it's maybe because it took too much money, it took too much time, or just wasn't a good idea. So the good part is you've got to start with something that's proven, something that has a track record. The more oversaturated, the better, because that's showing that this is a thing people actually want. So don't go dreaming up like I have to come up with the next groundbreaking app or a lip gloss formula no one's ever seen before. Proven paths are the best place to start. And as we're thinking through what we want to start with something that's proven. We want to start with something that's simple. Because, like I said, you're probably going to shift and change. And the worst thing you could do, I hear this all the time, I just need investors. I'm like, sister, if you have never started any business at all, you are not in the place to need investors yet, because you have so much learning and growing to do with your own money on the line before it's someone else's money on the line. Do you know how horrible it feels to create from a place of scarcity for yourself? Now add in someone else's money to the mix, and things get scary real fast. So before you do the investor thing, You want to come up with a minimally viable product that you can do on your own, with your own money, with your own time, and then see like, okay, I'm getting traction here, and then you can go to have someone else come in with funding. But that really shouldn't be the place that most of us start. Unless you've like been to school and have your MBA and have all these contacts, you know, you see what I'm saying. 3, you don't want to start with something that's a super high investment because likely it is going to shift, is going to pivot, it is going to change. So keep yourself safe here and your little nervous system safe, and go with something that doesn't cost you a crazy ton of money as you are starting out. There are so many business models that you can do for almost free that take your time, that take your brain, that take your energy, but that don't take your money. I'm a living example of that. Photography I got the camera at Costco. And now I sell things that come from my brain. Free 99, all from my brain. That's what you can sell too if you dig into your gifts, which is what we are going to hit next. The good part is when you go with something proven, a business idea, say you're scrolling through Instagram and you're like, I see that they're doing that and I really think that that looks interesting. You guys, they made the blueprint for you. There is no mystical, I wonder if someone has done it and likely documented their entire path on Instagram. Isn't that cool? You can go back to like, I see what business she has. I'm going to scroll back 2 years and see where she started. I'm going to see who her target market is. I'm going to see how she's marketing this. I'm going to see what pain points she's using. Someone else has created your blueprint. Isn't that exciting? You get to take the confusion out of it because it's already been done. Someone has your blueprint for the business you want to start, is doing it well, and you get to model them. You get to do case studies on them. You get to watch them. What's working? How does she do this? And instead, like we usually watch with just a scrolling eye where we breeze past, now we get to watch with like, okay, I'm analyzing this. I'm analyzing how she's doing this here. And it's money. You don't have to go to a mentor. You don't have to go to a coach. You just get to watch and learn from all the people around you, which is really cool. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 to 3 ideas to explore. We're unattaching from the idea that there's a perfect one, and we are staying open to exploring 2 to 3 business ideas, analyzing what other people are doing, see what lights us up. How you can tell is you can follow your energy. If it lights you up and excites you, that's a clue. But if it drains you, that's also a clue of don't go there. So we're starting with 2 ideas to explore. We're going to do all this together and do the dang thing. Then, you've been around here. My daughter, I was making her listen to me in the car the other day, and I started talking about ikigai, and she's like, Mom, you can't talk about ikigai again. People are so sick of hearing about this. I will never stop talking about the Japanese principle of ikigai, Lucy, because it's important. This Japanese principle about how to do something that fills you up, gives you a long, beautiful life that you love, is you want to find something that is in the intersection of what you love, what you're actually innately good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Intersecting the place of your passion, who you want to help, things that you've learned in the past. This center place is called ikigai, and that is a place that will give you a constant energy source for the rest of your life when you find it. So in order to find that seems like a big, like, okay, how does one take this Japanese principle and take it into their life? You first got to get clear on your uniqueness. I hate everything. Everything in me hates how hard it is for women to see themselves. I hate it. We look at a mirror, we cannot see ourselves. It's so hard to see our strengths and our gifts and our talents. So sometimes you might need a little help with someone you love, helping you uncover this part about yourself. But we have to get clear on really what makes us tick and what makes us us. So we're going to start by making a list. You're going to make a list of what are you naturally good at, you guys. Naturally good at. I asked Lucy, my 11-year-old, what are you good at? She's like, I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at making things fun. I'm good at music. I'm good at having empathy towards others. I'm good at, like, I don't tell secrets for my friends. I'm good at, she was able to make this whole list. I want you to make this list as detailed and as juicy as you want. Literally, it can be like, I'm great at curling my hair. I'm great at applying fake eyelashes. I'm not great at that. I'm just praying one of these babies does not fall off, honestly. That's what I'm praying. Whatever your list is, make the list, be honest. Even if it sounds silly, if you're really great at it, there's something that can be used there. Make a juicy list. Then your next list, this one's not as fun to make, I'm gonna be honest. Your next list is your weaknesses. Weaknesses of like, Suzy Holman, I am not a good organizer. Nope, I'm not good at that. I am not really a great email communicator, but I can write copy for days. What are your weaknesses? Also, what weaknesses with me would be like, I'm not great at staying with doing the same thing for years on end. Therefore, starting a company where I sell the same product day after day after day after day would be really hard for me. What are your weaknesses? Things that you're just like, nah, that's not for me. That's okay. That's okay. We tell our son who's not great at math, truly atrocious. We say, babe, it's okay that you're not great at math. You know what? This is so exciting. This is telling you that the purpose and path and mission for your life probably doesn't include that much math. Because if it was a path for him, he would probably just be innately pretty good at it. That's what we believe anyways. The next list you're going to make is, what do you just love doing? What do you just love doing? For me, I love reading. I could read self-help books until I pass out at night, which is what I do most nights. Do I use that skill? Where do you think I learn half this stuff that I say? Books. What do you just love? Do you love playing with your dog? Do you love being with your kids? Do you love being in nature? Do you love hiking? I promise you, there's a way to use what you love doing for your business. I promise you. But you got to get clear on what do you love doing. The next one to ask yourself is, what experiences have you been through that birthed new skills or passions in you? This could be something like, I've been through childbirth. I've been through postpartum depression. I've nursed. I've been through nursing. I've been through sleep training. I've mastered my hormone health. I've saved my marriage after infidelity. What are things that you've been through that you're like, I got to the other side of that mountain and I can help other people to the other side of that cliff? That's what I do. Challenges I've overcome. I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't know how to grow a business. I didn't know how to scale a business. Now I'm over here. I know how to start. I know how to grow. I know how to scale. So I get to look back and teach those around me. So what are the things that you know? Challenges that you've overcome. Then the next question, whereas we're doing a lot of reflection here, I hope you guys have some journal time later in the day because we got to get this out. We've got to get out of our heads onto paper, be able to really look at this objectively. What problems do people in your circle have? Problems. Okay, in my circle, we are a bunch of baseball moms. We got a bunch of LDS people. I have a bunch of business owners. I have a bunch of dudes that like golf in my circle. What circles are you playing in? And if you have too hard of a time thinking through the problem, which is common, then I want you to think through needs. If problem seems too big, think through needs. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And, you know, I hear you right now saying, like, dude, I want to start an interior design business. Like, what kind of need does beautiful pillows fill? Let me break down how Maslow's hierarchy of needs works. Down here at the bottom, we have first your physiological needs. This is like safety, shelter, oxygen, things that you need to literally survive your day. Then you need, and health, safety. You need financial security. You need to make sure there's food coming in. Safety. Once those needs are met, how this hierarchy works, it says, once these needs are met on the bottom, then you have more time, energy, brain capacity to be able to really spend more time on the next needs of your life. Safety needs, making sure you're in a loving relationship. Then we go up to belonging and love. This is the one people are like, I want to start a community, but like, really, how does that help? Because everyone needs community. Everyone needs a place where they don't feel alone, especially on this planet right now when we can scroll social media and we can see all these people and feel more alone than ever. Having belonging, having a community is such a need for people. And if you are that person that's like, I can host girls' nights till the cows come home, please do that. Please do that for money because people need community. They need belonging and love. Next, we go up. Once you got belonging and love, then you're like, but now I kind of want to like be more on top of the pyramid. Like I'm kind of want to like elevate myself. I want to elevate my status. I want to elevate my children's status. I want to grow in self-esteem. Also, esteem of how other people view me. And then as we go up, then people are more interested in like, I want to like see what's in my brain here. I'm interested. And I would assume actually lots of you are clear up here where you're like, my brain, I know I have capacity to chew on something else. I know that I want my brain to be thinking about interesting things. We're book readers. And then we get up there to aesthetic. We need beautiful things. Isn't that so cool? Can you imagine if we lived in a world that was like all military and like gray steel boxes? It would be so sad and depressing and not fun. We need beauty. We need beautiful things. So if you are that person that's like, I want to design jewelry, but I don't really know how that fills a need, fill the need of beauty for those of us who love to buy beautiful things because it makes us feel so good. Then we come up here. These are usually who I work with at Suzy School. Self-actualization, people that are like, now I'm interested in becoming the best version of me. I'm interested in seeing who I really am and meeting myself. So think through the needs of the peoples in your circle. And you can just ask them. I'm going to tell you what the needs are of people in my circles. Like what are the biggest opportunities that I see right now that I know people could absolutely crush if they went into these industries? This is my circle. And you can ask your circle people, you know, what do they need? One, I know for a fact, if you are a content creator, if you have the ability to take your phone and make some content look cool, you can have a full-time business, I promise you. Because the content machine that is required to be fed right now is insane. The amount of content that business owners have to pump out to stay on top of the game is unmanageable as a team of one. With all of the changes and all of the different platforms, people need a team. So if you're like, I don't want to be the face necessarily, but I know I can create content creation, team up with a business owner who could definitely use your skills. Then another need in my world is digital products. Digital products for like small businesses. Say you know your brother-in-law is a financial advisor. Sweet. You go to Canva, you go to AI. You're like, I made you this beautiful book to send home with your clients that explain more about you and more about, I don't know, what do financial managers do? SBA investing or something? I don't know what they do. My brother's going to kill me. He's going to be like, really? We already had that meeting. Digital products are absolutely incredible. If you have a design skill set, that could be something that could be totally usable for you right now. Another booming opportunity that we're seeing go wild over Instagram right now is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, you sell other people's things. You sell like their pants, their shirt, or you can even sell people's high ticket offers. Say you come to Suzy School, you really love it, then you can sell Suzy School to your friends and followers and get thousands of dollars. That's how affiliate high ticket marketing works, using your content creation, but other people's products. These are all killer money makers in my world right now. But ask the people in your world. Online course creation, you know I love that one. That one is always viable. That one always works. That one's always incredible. And here's what I always tell Todd. This is a secret gem. Airbnb management, are you kidding me? Did you know they make 25% of the bookings? They manage the like check-ins and check-outs and the housekeeper. They make 25% and they don't even have to own the property. Not a hard skill set to master and a really good moneymaker. Other things I love to pay for that I wish I had better in my life, car detailing, done on your own time. Housekeeping. Housekeeping specifically for Airbnbs I think is money because you can do that when your kids are at school. Laundry, DM management, virtual assisting, all problems that people in my world need. So now think through your world. Ask people in your world what they need. And I just do this one because I think someone should do it. You guys know Alibaba, A-L-I-B-A-B-A. You buy things from China like this Jeep. This electric Jeep for $58. They ship you the $58 Jeep, you pimp it out, you make it look really cool, paint it pink, make it look like the parents' car, and you sell that thing for $400 come Christmas. Alibaba, if you want to be a product girl, excellent, excellent, really cool place to start. Okay, so you have your list. You have your list of things you love. And I want you to come at from that list from every possible angle you can. Dogs are on my mind. If I could zoom out, you would see that at my feet, my dog is literally laying here right now. Like, seriously. We've put so much money into our dog. So let's think through what you love from every possible angle. Starting with, okay, let's go with the dog. Let's go down this dog track. First, I paid the dog breeder to breed this great Cavapoo. Then dog breeding, okay, then the dog trainer. Incredible girls that have a stay-at-home dog training business where they take new puppies that people can't control, they take them into their homes, they train them, make an incredible living doing it. Groomers, of course, but that seems like a difficult skill set to get. I want to tell you about Pupwell, which is one of my students who came up with this genius idea. She's like, but their faces just get so long. So she came up with a kit for people to be able to trim their own dog's faces and sells the products. There's so many different avenues to take what you love. Let's keep going down the dog route. Dog costumes, are you a seamstress? Can you get that thing up on Etsy? Get some cool, outfits made? Another one of my students, Zaylee Designs. She makes a great living making dog collars, seasonal dog collars, something exciting and new on subscription that they always are having new dog collars. Who would have thought, right? There's so many different angles you can come at this thing. Say you're a crafter, okay? This is a dog Christmas ornament. Do you know how many people would actually buy a custom Christmas ornament of their dog? You would be shocked. You would be shocked. Take your gifts, take your passion, take your skills. Have fun with it, you guys. When we start our businesses, most of us know that we're not going to be making six figures out of the gate. We are just going to be trying, and we are going to be putting one foot in each other, seeing and watching our skill sets stack on each other as we grow and grow and grow. Let yourself have fun and be playful. Dude, another thing I think so many more people should do, every time I post the dog on Instagram, it's like 500,000 reel views. If you have a dog and you don't want to be the face of your brand, dog content creation is a niche that you can go after that I think someone should do. All this to say, people pay for passion. They're paying for products, yes, but when someone is passionate and in love with what they do, that's what actually sells. So what I can't have any of you doing is looking at Sheila on Instagram and being like, I see that that's working for her, and I'm going to do that, even though that's actually more suited to her strengths and not mine. Because if you build a business that's built for someone else's strengths and not yours, it is not a matter of if that thing crashes and burns or you crash and burn. It is a matter of when. So when you look at all these people that you see doing all these things, really ask yourself, is that really suited for my talents, or is that suited for my weaknesses? Someone wanted me to be the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer of their company. And I was like, that's a hefty payday. That actually looks really sexy. But when I looked at what it was going to require, I was like, that is actually built for all of my weaknesses. That requires great communication. It requires me to be on my email, things that I'm just not good at. So make sure that you're building a business off of your strengths. Let's just keep going on this. Just give some inspiration, right? Another problem people in my circle have, we pay ridiculous amounts of money for our kids. Piano lessons, guitar lessons, singing lessons, pitching lessons. This company, this one's just threw this in just because it's a good idea. They do hot lunches and they deliver them around to people in the community, kids in the community. It's called Dishes to You. They literally go pick up Chick-fil-A and will deliver it to the kids at the school for you, but they do it like in bulk. Just genius. For those of you who have that, like making hot lunch is the worst part of my life, I feel you on that. Dishes to You. Or maybe you're like, I don't know what I'm good at, but I can sure build Legos with my kids till the cows come home. Then what about an after-school program where other moms pay you to be with their kids and build Legos with them because they don't want them to be in aftercare. They want them to be doing something fun that they love. What about a Lego program? That's also something we pay for. My friend just hosted a sleepover, and she paid to have someone plan the event. She paid to have someone come do teepees, have someone come do a balloon arch. The amount of money that is just floating in your circle of what people will pay for is absolutely shocking. I have multiple clients who are balloon arch makers. You get balloons off of that website I told you, Alibaba, which are like 0.5 cents, and you make gorgeous balloon arches for people. Can you give yourself permission to start small? Can you give yourself permission to start from passion? Can you give yourself permission to start from creativity and joy and not from, I have to do this? Because if you are in that state where you're like, I have to do this or my family is screwed, that's likely a place, I'm just going to be honest with you, you probably need a job and not a business. I do want to shoot straight with you and say, like, most of the time it takes a little bit to get up and rolling to a place where there's true profit. So, and birthing anything from a place of scarcity and fear and worry is just kind of hard. So give yourself that grace of it's going to take a minute. Another genius idea. Guy had a bunch of land on his property and just rents it out. We pay $150 a month to go use the batting cage in this person's yard. Amazing. Solves a problem for the community he is in. Because the wisest place to start is with people you already have in your community. If you don't know any of your ideal clients, it's going to be a hard start when you have to not only get an entirely new circle, get an entirely different financial demographic. That's going to be tricky. So really think through, like, what are the problems, what are the needs of the people that already exist in my online community or my community in real life. That is your place to start, is with those people. You know, I'm going back to my Airbnb reference because there's just so much money in Airbnb. We pay Airbnb, we pay the cleaners, the designers, the photographers, the digital book creator who made a cute welcome packet that probably cost him, I don't know, $4 and some time. We paid money for that. There's so much money if you know some Airbnb people. Then we got home organizers. I today was looking for a bobby pin feverishly everywhere, and a girl, Boise Neat Clean, had come before and organized my closet and all my junk drawers, and I know she was dying inside. Like, how did this get a mess again? Once again, I need to pay her again to come back and organize again. If you have the strength of organizing, you don't have to start a business that's like, I'm a home organizer. I go all in and I bought all these millions of containers. You know what you can start with? 5 friends. You're like, I'm going to come and organize your junk drawers. I'm going to come and organize your closet. Give yourself the grace to start small. We're going to call it and do the dang thing your minimally viable product. Something that doesn't cost you a ton of time and a ton of money and a ton of energy to get going and get tested. Because once again, we've attached from the idea that we're going to get it right on the first time, that there is only one idea. We're just going to start moving our feet. The more proven, the better. Remember that. The more proven, the better. You see other people doing it, don't say like, oh, that she does it. Say, that's great. That means it actually works. That's epic. What will people pay for? Is another question you have to ask yourself, is what will people actually pay for? That's one of the things of ikigai. But as you're doing that, the most common thing I see people do, they start projecting their money stories onto everyone they know. I wouldn't pay that, so she never would. I have scarcity, so she must. In order to thrive in business, you're going to have to learn to untangle your money story, your money traumas, your money beliefs from everyone else around you and realize that's my story. That doesn't necessarily mean that that is the story for my customers. So really be aware when you're thinking through this of money stuff coming up, like, is that actually true? Is that false evidence appearing real? Is that just fear? So make sure that you are kind of aware of that. And once you get into business, this is where it gets so exciting. People get so scared of selling. They're like, "Ugh, I feel icky, I feel gross, I don't want to sell, I don't want to tell people to buy my products and services." Anytime you are selling something from joy, passion, desire, something that you know is a service. Let's go back to that homemade dog Christmas ornament of a custom thing of your dog. What a joy for that person to buy. What a joy for you to create. It is a service. It doesn't have to be a sell, and it doesn't have to be sleazy, but business doesn't have to feel gross, and you don't have to feel like you're putting yourself out on the line for something you don't believe. Something that I frequently see people do is the network marketing route. I have nothing against the network marketing route. We've had many successful students in that route, but they try to make themselves feel like joy and belief in the products, and it can often end up feeling like, ooh, not the most organic fit. So go to like really what you believe is a service and not a sell, and things are going to go so much easier for you. What I want you to know is that your gifts are meant to be shared. You were given them for the collective. You were given them to put on this planet to serve you and to serve others. Remember the Bible story? Don't take your talent and hide it under a bushel. You were given your talents for more than just you. And I'm not saying that everyone feels called to share their talents in a way of business, but I am telling you, you're on this call because you feel like you are. You are on this call because you know you have gifts and you know there's someone on the other side that needs them. And maybe it's not the dog ornament that they need. Maybe it's your joy. Maybe it's that interaction where they feel so seen and loved that you get to experience and bring to them through making a dog ornament. Your medicine is needed in the world. Only you carry it. You have something specific that no one else does. A way that makes people feel around you that no one else does. Your own specific energy type, your own way of seeing the world that people need. If you can't dig into a place to do it for yourself, maybe it's easier to think of, I'm doing this for something bigger than me. I'm doing this because I was called. I'm doing this because I have a mission on this earth to share what God put in my heart, in my soul, in my body, in my strengths. Because when you start a business, what you do is you not only start showing up in service to you start showing up in service to your gifts. And what happens when we show up in service to our gifts? They multiply. They get bigger. You get better. I didn't stay as Suzy, the $35 photographer, forever because my strengths, God gave me more talents and more gifts, and I started uncovering more parts of myself. I mean, I'm interested in helping you start a business, right? That's what I want to do. But you know what I really am the most interested in? I'm the most interested in meeting this entirely different version of you that is waiting for you on the other end of starting your business. On these massive expansions that you are going to go through, changing who you are, changing who you know, changing how you act, changing how you believe, changing how you feel every day. That's the part I'm most interested in. That's the part. So as we start, let's go back over the things that we know. To get this thing going, your biggest hurdle, step one, is actually not coming up with the idea. It's letting go of what other people think. Being brave, saying, I'm living my life for me. I'm not letting your thoughts control me anymore. 2, you're not going to get married to this, to having the right idea. There, you're going to know that you're going to have multiple. It's going to shift and evolve. Your job is just to move your feet. Your job is to just try something and stay stuck in analysis paralysis forever, because you better believe your ego, where does your ego want you? Stuck in overthinking. That's where it wants. It doesn't want you to move. It doesn't want you to have the right idea. So it's going to keep you stuck, and you're going to feel like my brain doesn't work. And every time you tell your brain, I don't know, guess what it does? It believes you. So it shuts down any other ideas from coming. So if you say, I know that I'm starting right here, then boom, a channel's open, things can actually pour in. 3, we're going with something proven, something that you see other people doing. We're not dreaming up the next crazy app. We're going with a business model that's been proven to work. We're going to list out problems that you have solved in your life, journeys that you have been through, things that you wish, problems that you wish someone would solve, just like I was so grateful that Dishes to You solved my hot lunch problem. And then list out your unique gifts and passions. List them out. Try to see yourself clearly, and list a friend if you need help. You're like, I don't even think I'm special and I can't see myself right now. Ask for help. Be like, what am I actually good at? Like, how do I make you feel? Enlist them. And then you're going to determine 2 to 3 concepts that you want to explore. Give yourself freedom to go analyze, do a little competitive research, see what other people are doing. 2 to 3. We're staying fluid here, and we are not going all the way in, putting all of our money and time and energy into one. We're going to remain open as we go along. I wanted to let you guys know that I want you in Do the Dang Thing so freaking bad. Nothing would make my life happier than hanging out with you on these calls 2 times a week, seeing your gorgeous faces. So today we're doing a fast action bonus, which you get the $149 2-hour unbeatable brand workshop I've done for signing up today. Like, to get you started becoming a brand, becoming something that people can buy. So I really hope that you do that. And here is the QR code for you to come and do the dang thing with us. It's time to do the dang thing. It's time to no longer see what's on the other side of that cliff, the other side of the mountain. It's time to start making your way towards it. All you need is permission. Not from me, from yourself. You need permission that I am allowed to move my feet. I give myself permission to explore new gifts and passions and talents within myself. I promise I have you. I promise I know how to do this. I promise that I have been able to help hundreds and hundreds of women off the starting line to a place where they actually have money coming in. Can you imagine what it would look like if you even had $300, $400, $500 extra dollars in your life, doing something you loved, something that lit you up, something that made you a better mom? What would that change for you? I can tell you what won't change is anything if you do nothing at this point. It's decision time. It's time to move. It's time to decide, I'm getting to the other side of that mountain. I'm becoming an entrepreneur, and I cannot wait to see who I become in doing so. We're going to stick up this QR code one time, and I hope that you guys will get in there, claim the $149 workshop, and I hope I see you in a few weeks when we start on October 12th. The call times are varied, so that if you're like working this time, you can hopefully come the later time that's in the night. Everything's recorded, and I literally cannot wait to see you guys there. Thank you for coming. I love you, I love you, I love you. Let's do the dang thing.